Okay.
Welcome committee members, liaisons, and staff, excuse me, and members of the public to the Subcommittee of Legal Services Trust Fund Commission meeting. Thank you for joining us. We will begin shortly. We are using Zoom with the goal to foster a more inclusive environment and effective meeting. If you would like to make a comment during the meeting, please type "I have a comment" or "I have a question" in the chat, and a message will be sent to the host. Alternatively, you can use the raise hand feature. Excuse me, an effort of transparency for all those joining this meeting, this public meeting, whether by Zoom or by phone, we request that you refrain from having any side conversations on the chat about the content of the meeting. Again, the chat feature is utilized simply as a tool for you to virtually indicate that you would like to speak in order to help the chair facilitate the discussion. Moving forward, these meetings are being recorded and will be placed on the State Bar's website. As a friendly reminder, this is a video conference, and please be aware of your surroundings behind you. For those of you joining Zoom on computer, when on mute, hold the space bar down to temporarily unmute yourself. If you're on the phone, to dial into the meeting, please use your computer. Please make sure your computer microphone is on mute to avoid any cross feedback. And while joining audio via computer, it is highly recommended if an individual loses audio, they can call in separately using Zoom conference number. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Kimberly. Hi, everyone. My name's Eric Iskin. I'm the Vice Chair of the Legal Services Trust Fund Commission, and I'm, I guess, the chair of this subcommittee that is related to the Legal Aid Society of San Bernardino. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Let's just do a quick roll call. I'm Eric Iskin, as I indicated. Who else from the commission is here?
And I can read off the names so I can check them off for
all right.
roll call. So Eric, I have you as present. James Beaker. Present. And Rich Reines.
Rich, you're muted.
There we go. Hi, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Great. And okay, for staff, Tuan is not able to join us.
We've got some background noise going on from somewhere. Not sure where.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And I am Christina Holmes. Brady Dewar.
Yes, I'm here, Brady.
And for our liaisons, I skipped over that. Selena Copeland. No. Bonnie. I don't think she's here.
I don't think anybody else is here from the commission, at least nobody's visible on my screen.
See anybody. Okay, we're good.
All right, so let's, can the folks from LASSB announce yourselves?
Good afternoon. My name is Pablo Ramirez. I'm the Executive Director for Legal Aid Society of San Bernardino.
Good afternoon, everybody. Derek Rains. I'm the Treasurer on the Board of Directors for the Legal Aid Society of San Bernardino. And thanks for having us, by the way. It's good to see you all.
Good afternoon. Attorney Joyce Holcomb. I am the Vice President of Legal Aid of Society San Bernardino.
Great. Welcome to all of you. And Pablo, welcome to the ED position. I guess you've officially been there for what, since September 1, but I understand that unofficially you've been working hard and trying to help out. So everybody appreciates that. Thank you. So thank you all for coming today and for submitting the documentation that you've submitted, which we've reviewed. And I think this can be a pretty short meeting, but the reason that we wanted to chat with you all is that we reviewed the documents submitted by your accountant and also the latest letter submitted by the board. And it's clear that you're all making great progress toward many of the items that we indicated that we wanted to see some progress on. But I guess the one thing that we just wanted to hear a little bit more about were some of the, maybe to get a little more definitive information about the progress that you're making in the area of kind of, I would generally say fiscal controls or internal controls. For example, there were issues about the processes, systems for recording pro bono hours, and the reports that have been provided indicate that you have a new system for doing that. It looks like the system is in progress, but one thing we did not see from the CPA's letter, and maybe I was expecting this, but maybe it was unrealistic, was some sort of an affirmation that, yeah, we've walked through the process, it's robust, it's good, we can rely on it for purposes of our, audits going forward, that sort of thing. We didn't see that language. It was more of a, it's in progress kind of thing, and it looks good, but it was not sort of that certification. And the same comment for improvements in fiscal controls, grant monitoring, tracking of non-qualified expenses, cash handling, all of the reporting was, it's in progress, it looks good. But it was sort of falling short of a certification. And maybe you can't really give us a definitive certification of compliance or accuracy or robustness here, but I guess I just wanted to hear a little bit more about those things. So with that general question, is that meaningful enough to answer?
So if it's okay with Joyce and Derek, I'll try to take a stab at it. So just trying to begin with the pro bono hours. I know you've seen the most recent letter dated September 1st. As far as procedures, we do have a policy in place where we are logging each and every, each person who is volunteering has to log in, sign in and out, registering their state bar number. I am checking this every day, meeting with the staff. I am properly training them using Microsoft 365. So as far as the certification, unfortunately, I can't give it to you, but I can tell you that I am on top of this, and I am definitely making sure that it's getting going. As far as the future, what I can tell you is Legal Server will make this more transparent process, and it will be more of a system tracking a lot more information, a lot more robust information to ensure that we are accurately compliant. As far as the mandatory donations, we are tracking that every day now.
Can I stop you on pro bono hours?
Sure.
So you're recording them every day, or they're being recorded every day. You get state bar numbers. You, Pablo, are checking them, you're saying?
I am. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So are you confident that the recording of pro bono hours is accurate?
I am. I am actually also making site visits to make sure that I am also talking to the volunteer attorneys to make sure. I know there's a second process as far as the picture with an attorney. If they are a new volunteer, we do take a picture of them. One most recent, an additional step that I've asked them to take is just send out a confirmation email to this volunteer attorney just saying, hey, thank you for donating X amount of hours. You've allowed us to help X amount of clients. I'm copied on that email just to make sure that they have a confirmation, we have a confirmation that they received it.
Okay, great, thank you.
Right. As far as mandatory donations, so there was a challenge identified there. What we have done is, I'm also on top of that. So as part of that, anytime a donation is taken, it is never taken by one person. At no point does one person receive the money. It has to be in the presence of two people. There's always a receipt given. As far as the receipt book, I am taking a look at the receipt book. If there's a receipt missing, it needs to be marked as voided, if it was accidentally skipped, to make sure that we are tracking any and all missing receipts. There's an envelope that has to be signed by two parties. Both parties have witnessed it and have to initial and count the total amount. Also, there's a log inside, which has to be initialed by both parties. When the envelope is opened for the first time, has to be in the presence of two people. Both people have to acknowledge receipt. And then I've also added an email function to that where we copy the two parties that signed it. We copy the chief administrator as well as the bookkeeper to ensure that once we get that deposit log back, there's a reconciliation done to ensure the money made it into the checking account.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Now, as far as the non-legal activities, I've also identified making sure that we are using the correct funding code. I am having a challenge right now with case management, but I am working on getting that done. My past experience includes robust training in camps. Our version is a little bit older than that, but I'm confident that I can pull out reports to identify any flaws and any training opportunities. So we are designating either the program or admin on all these non-legal activities expended right now. as we mentioned in our September 1st letter. So we're on track.
Excuse me, this is Brady. I'm Assistant General Counsel who has worked on the team with you guys, and got to meet you. You referenced using the proper codes to track the non-legal work, and I just wanted to confirm one of the issues that we noted was that attorney salaries and expenditures would just sort of be assigned to grants based on where the money was rather than what the work done was. And that came up, for instance, our grants can't be spent on the time that you spend for paying clients. So the over-income clients who pay, you can't use our grants for. So I just wanted to confirm that under your new system, you're tracking, over-income clients, tracking clients who are required to pay, so that you're using the correct funding sources for that work also.
Yeah, so that would be, we are currently tracking any non-income clients and making sure that we fund them under the correct funding code. I believe it is funding code 99. I'm also in the process of developing a funding code matrix that ensures that each and every advocate for the time being is aware of what the funding code eligibility guidelines are, to ensure that if we are allocating, if we are allocating time to a specific case, that first of all, the client is eligible. Second, we've done the work for this specific client. And I will let you know that when Legal Server takes over, there's a particular component that's going to allow us to ensure that we set an appropriate filter to eliminate human error from that equation. So we are definitely on top of that, making sure that we are only funding if we are able to, based on the funding code matrix in guidelines, and making sure that we have done the work. And for clients who exceed the allotted income set by the state bar guidelines, we are funding it correctly using the funding code 99.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. What you mentioned a program, is it legal service or something like that?
So our current case management system is KEMPS. We are upgrading. I have signed a contract on September 2nd to upgrade our system to a new case management system, which is Legal Server. Legal Server is a multifunction system which allows us, one, to work off-site or cloud-based, and that's critical in this kind of pandemic environment that we're in now. But two, it allows me to set predetermined filters to ensure we eliminate the human error and track everything on one case management system. So it will allow us to identify a lot more issues quickly, allow me to run a lot of more reports to identify challenges, and identify opportunities to train advocates.
Thank you.
Just to follow up for you, Eric, most of our grantees either use Legal Server or KEMPS, which is what they have now, but had indicated it's an older version of KEMPS. And Legal Server is used by almost all Legal Services Corporation grantees as well. Mm. It's a really well-known grants management system.
When are you transitioning over to Legal Server?
So we had the kickoff on 2 Fridays ago. We're hoping to have this finalized. It's going in phases. The last phase is expected to conclude in December. That's not to say that we'll be on it in December, we might be on it before. They're just going in different phases to make sure that we're capturing all the state bar requirements. So we're like doing the whole rollout, and the first official day when they're going to start creating the system based on our qualification and our state bar requirements will be October. So to answer your question, the latest would be December is what is anticipated at this time.
And so for most of this year, obviously, you'll be using the KEMPS or whatever it's called system, one you presently have. And you're using that to track non-qualified expenses. And I think you had a code 99 or something like that. Designate those. Are you confident that the numbers that you'll come up with for this year are going to accurately reflect the non-qualified expenses, a portion of those expenses that are non-qualified?
So I am confident in although our KEMPS is an outdated version, I'm confident that we are definitely using KEMPS to allocate our resources to specific funding requirements, which are based on whether we've conducted the services, if they're eligible, B, once we completed the services. So I am confident, and I think Derek is nodding his head in agreement, that we are confident that our system at this point will catch it. And as I mentioned, once I'm able to pull some reports, I'll go ahead and confirm and make sure we are accurately tracking everything.
Derek, did you have anything to add to that?
You know, I've been hesitant to jump in because Pablo's doing such a great job, but I just wanted to say that this has definitely been something that the board's been focusing on heavily. So everything that Pablo's saying tracks with what the board's been supporting him on.
Okay,
And I'm just so you're aware, I'm going to just kind of hang in the background, and if anyone has any questions specifically for me, I'll answer anything that anyone wants me to answer.
Okay. So Pablo, did you have any more issues to report on?
So I will talk on a couple of the points. The lack of board oversight, as you know, I'm probably 21 days in officially. 30 days before I was here, still trying to make sure. I'm very passionate about what I do. The lack of board oversight, I will tell you, my experience with the board has been they've been very receptive to the different things. They've been very open to meeting with us, and we're getting a lot done. Within the last 20 days, I could tell you we've approved a lot of policies. We are working on the employee manual, making sure it's completed within the deadline. And I think I know another one of our topics was internal policies. I will just add that we are actively working on completing all these policies. We recently voted on the conflicts of interest policies to ensure that we have a robust policy that catches any potential challenges within the staff or within the board. We are working on these other policies to make sure that they are on track as well.
Okay, well, thank you. What is the status of your search for an accountant? Are you engaged in an accountant search? That was one of the items that was on the checklist.
One of the exciting things, and I think Joyce is probably going to talk about this, we just recently have a new board member who is a CPA, who is actually providing so much information, and we're scheduled to meet with our board member who is going to take a look, come down to take a look at our QuickBooks, take a look at our accounting methods, and give us any insight and opportunity to make sure that we are covering everything. As far as the search for board member, for an accountant, I think the board is actually looking at that. I'm not quite sure, but I know I'm excited about our new CPA board member who's going to be providing a lot of insight and a lot of in-depth review of our books. And I think Joyce wanted to add on, maybe?
Yes, if I may. So I'm happy and I'm pleased to announce that we added Bob McBurney. He is from Covina. He is a certified public accountant. He also does income taxes, but more particularly, he does forensic work. He was just added to our board last week, and he is ready to work with us. Quite honestly, we are concerned about our fiscal money for next year. And so we are spending a lot of money updating our computer programs and so forth. And we just don't want to spend, we want to make sure that we are judicious with our money. So rather than hire a CPA, we bring on a board member that can work with our current staff, we feel is the most efficient way for us to resolve and also to address your concerns about our fiscal responsibilities.
Is Bob with an accounting firm, or does he have his own shop? Or
he has his own office in Covina.
Okay.
And in fact, if you like, Pablo, I believe you have his CV. If you would like his CV, it's quite impressive. He's worked with nonprofits before. That's another reason why I like the fact that he's joining our board, and literally he's hitting the ground running with us. And he even said he hopes that he can help save us some money next year, that with our accounting, doing the audit, that with his input that he can save us some money.
So I take it he's devoting significant time of his own to reviewing your internal controls and other things.
Yes.
Yeah, I would just add one quick comment. He's been with our board a short time, but already he's been very active. So he's been involved in a lot of things, even just in the 10 days since he's come on.
It hasn't even been 10 days. It's literally, it'll be a week tomorrow.
Yeah, he was in the top 2 or 3 most active members at his first board meeting. So he was very willing to engage right away. So we welcomed his presence and his input and his knowledge. But at the same time, he was obviously very willing to share that with us. So we were happy about that.
Yeah, I think thank you for that. And I think it would be good to share the CV, if you wouldn't mind just shooting it over to maybe Christine. That might be the most efficient thing to do.
I'll send it to her after the meeting.
Sure, that'd be great. Thank you. So did you have anything further, Pablo?
No, I hope I've answered all your questions. I kind of got a little pivoted to something else, so I may have got sidetracked. So if I missed anything, please let me know. I'm happy to clarify or answer any questions that I may miss. But other than that, I think I'm confident in LASSB, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm passionate about what I do and who I work with. So that's my end of my statement.
Great. I'm sure they're happy to have you. Did any other board members or Christine or staff have any questions? Jim or Rich, Brady?
I also want to acknowledge that Bonnie joined us.
Okay.
This is Jim. Pablo, sounds like you're doing a real good job at tracking the pro bono stuff. It's a real improvement. But I have one question for you. I'm on the board of directors of the Public Law Center down in Orange County. And pro bono work is very central to our mission organization. And I trust our ED to keep track of the numbers. But one thing that we do at the end of the year during the audit is that the auditor also randomly contacts some of the pro bono attorneys just to cross-check that the hours that we're reporting that they're doing, that they verify that those are the hours that they input. Are you going to have any sort of outside validation on yours?
You know what, I love that. I think I come from I used to work with a large bank overseeing their entire bank, the different legal processes. And I think that's a great end of the year survey to kind of contact them and just see how their experience is and also kind of get that idea. So I think it's an amazing idea that we should actually implement within our organization. I will make sure I put that into it.
Great.
Thank you for that.
If I may add one more thing. So one of the things that we've added to our board meetings monthly is that the reporting to the board of the volunteer hours and what's necessary. So for instance, right now I'm in charge. I think there's a committee of 3 of us that we're trying to recruit new attorneys so that we can meet our vendor, our grantees requests. So we have that as well.
Are you guys going full steam ahead, notwithstanding this pandemic, having kind of Zoom clinics and stuff like that?
Telephone, I don't know about Zoom, but I know I've done a lot of telephone consultations, and at the courthouse, that's full speed ahead because they are going. San Bernardino is one of the only courthouses in the state of California that is fully open.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also kind of a bit of a hybrid. Some stuff on the computer and some stuff still live.
Mm-hmm.
So it's tough to not sit with your own client at their deposition. Taking a Zoom deposition of a witness or something is one thing, but you need to sit with your client. So so that's been interesting.
It's hard to kick their legs under the table when you're on Zoom.
Not right.
Brady, let me ask you this. Brady, you're still on? Yes?
Yes.
Is it possible for us to briefly go into executive session and then come back out to talk about kind of a disposition?
Well, not really. No. I mean, no.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll be guided by counsel. So, and I guess so we need to make the determination today? Right?
We don't need to, but we should unless there's a pressing reason not to.
Yeah. I mean, our inclination, I don't think there's any real secret about this. I mean, our inclination was to proceed with the 4th quarter funding, and we were just kind of scheduling because we appreciate the progress that you all have made, and we just wanted to have this additional session to get a bit more information about some of the areas that we've covered today. I mean, my inclination is to go ahead with the 4th quarter funding, and with the urging that the organization continue on the track that it's on, and we'll continue to have conversations about progress and that sort of thing. That would be my inclination, and I would. Is there anybody with any discussion about that? The other commissioners?
No, I agree.
All right, well, I'm gonna, I don't know whether we need a formal motion, but just to be formal, I will so move, and we can maybe take a vote, see what happens.
Okay, just give me one second. Okay, so our motion is to approve fourth quarter funding.
Yes.
Yeah, funding. Okay, moved by Eric. Did we have a second? Sorry.
I'll second.
Second by Jim. All right, roll call. Eric,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Rich. Rich, are you still on?
Yes, yes,
Yes and yes.
twice. I only vote once though.
I don't know. According to Trump, people are voting twice, Rich. This is dangerous, you know. All
Depends
right.
Motion approved.
All right. Sorry about that. Strike that comment from the record. Anyway, we have approved the motion for fourth quarter funding. I appreciate your involvement today, and as far as I'm concerned, we don't need to take up any more of your time. Does anybody else have anything they want to say or add?
Nope.
All right. Well,
Thank you.
with that,
Thank you all.
I just really briefly want to thank all of you for your time and attention for helping us, you know, sort of get this ship steered back in the right direction. So we appreciate your help.
thank you.
Okay, oh, sorry.
All right. With that, Christine, unless you want to stop me, we will adjourn.
I think business is concluded. So if that's
All right. Thanks,
Thank you
everybody.
very much.
Thank you.
Have a good afternoon, everyone.
thank
You
you.
too.
Thank you.